What's up? It's Ben from WODprep, and in this video, we are on lesson 1 of a 5-part series to teach you the 5 skills that you must know going into the CrossFit Open. Over these 5 lessons, we're going to cover the top 5 skills that every CrossFitter should know, master, and understand so that they can get their best possible score in the CrossFit Open. It doesn't matter if you don't know how to do these skills yet. In this series of videos, we're going to teach you how to go from 0 to 1 and then 1 to many. So with that, let's talk about one of the most important skills to learn and also one of the easiest ones to learn in a short period of time, the double under. The double under is something that trips people up every single year during the Open. And that's because a lot of people scale double unders and they do single unders all year long. And then all of a sudden, when the Open comes around, they're like, shoot, I have to do double unders, and then they can't do it, and they end up scaling, or they end up tripping and getting really frustrated. So in this video, I'm going to teach you, hopefully, how to go from 0 to 1, and then learn to string together double unders, and that might not be exactly what you think. But in this video, hopefully, we're going to teach you, or at least give you the confidence to practice double unders so that you are ready for when they inevitably show up in the CrossFit Open, so that you can separate yourselves from the pack and get through double unders. Even if you trip a lot, we're going to teach you how to get through double unders and get a great Open score. Number 1 is how can we move from 0 to 1, because a lot of people struggle with that. Going from 0 to 1 and just being able to do one double under during the CrossFit Open will separate you from thousands and thousands of people on the leaderboard. So I want to show you a couple things that you can do to get that first rep. Oftentimes when people are learning double unders, they just think that they need to just jump normally like they do for single unders and spin the rope really fast. So they do a normal single under and then they just try to spin the rope fast and they fail and they fail and they fail and they fail and they trip and they can't do it. Well, I'm here to tell you that yes, a very efficient double underer can make double unders look really easy with a minimal jump. Looks something like this. But as a beginner, you don't have to look like that. So it really irks me when coaches suggest that as a beginner double underer, you should make sure that your jump looks perfect and blah, blah, blah. No, the goal here is to let's get those first reps. Just like in all the other movements, we're trying to accumulate some reps, and then we're going to tweak and modify the form to make it more efficient as we get more exposure to that movement. So I'm giving you permission right now. If you are someone that can't do a double under, I want you to do the world's ugliest double under, because we can work with that and we can eventually make it look better down the road. So rather than attempting your first double unders like this and tripping and trying to keep your jump perfect and not jumping that high and focusing on your wrist flick and all that yada, 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 what I want you to do is try your double unders as if it's kind of like a max effort attempt. And what that looks like for a lot of athletes that come to my seminars and I get them to do that first rep is we're practicing something called big singles. And that's where I'm doing single unders, but I'm doing it with a really high jump. And then when it actually comes time to attempt that double under, we're trying to jump as high as we can and spin as fast as we can. Because normally when I combine those two things, I can at least get one. So here's what it looks like. Rather than just doing these little tiny single unders, when you're practicing your single unders from now on, I want you to practice with a really high jump. So it looks like this. I'm jumping twice as high and twice as slow, because I'm jumping higher, than I would in a normal single under. So we're doing big singles. I want you to jump as high as you can and practice rebounding with a really high jump. Once we've practiced those big singles, so once we can do big singles like this, what I want you to do is do 5 or 6 of those, and then I want you to do a double under attempt. Your double under attempt, I want you to jump high, lift your knees up in the air, and spin your wrists as fast as possible. Spin your hands as fast as possible. So it looks like this. Doing my big singles, and then when you're ready, double under. Okay? Is that a pretty double under? No, it's not. Is that going to set me up for lots of unbroken, maybe 100 unbroken? No, I couldn't do that 100 times. What we're doing is we're practicing big singles, big jumps into a max effort double under attempt. So that means you're tucking your knees, you're spinning your arms aggressively to get those 2 spins in, and see what happens. The amount of people who can go from 0 to 1 just by doing that, big singles into big jump, big spin. The amount of people I've seen go from 0 to 1 like that, because I give them permission to look ugly when doing it, it's a lot of people. Thousands of people have done that at my seminars. So that is going to help you get from 0 to 1. And then when you go from 0 to 1, now our job is to start to tighten it up a little bit. So once we go from 0 to 1, if it takes tucking your knees to here and spinning your arms like this, I want you to try a few more sets and see if you can do it with a little bit less of a knee tuck and a little bit less aggression from your arms. So maybe it looks like this. Oh, that was easier. I didn't have to jump quite as high. I didn't do anything too crazy with my arms. And then the next goal, as we level up, is to be able to do that and keep the rope spinning. It looks like this. And then maybe you can go back to singles. And then, hey, might as well try another one. And if you can start to string together double unders with singles in between, now you're on your way to knocking out double unders in the middle of a workout. So maybe as you get more efficient and your timing gets better, you can start to eliminate those single unders altogether. You can even go to single, double, single, double, single, double. And then eventually we want to eliminate that altogether and hit those bigger unbroken sets. So that was for the beginners. That's going to help you learn to get those first reps and then hopefully get those first reps and keep the rope spinning so that you can do multiples without actually stopping your jump rope. Did you know that at WODprep, we have online training programs that can help you get better at CrossFit? In fact, we have something called WODprep Online Training, which is a daily workout delivered right to your phone every single day. We have competitive tracks, masters tracks, and then a classic 60-minute track. So regardless of what kind of programming you're trying to follow, whether you have minimal equipment or you have access to a full-blown CrossFit gym, WODprep has the perfect training for you, including some accessory tracks that'll help you get better at things like gymnastics, weightlifting, engine work like running, biking, and rowing. And all you have to do is go to WODprep Online Training. So go to the link on the screen or check the description below. Join WODprep Online Training. It's one of the most affordable training programs on the market today, and it's absolutely loaded with value. We have thousands of testimonials from customers of all ages and abilities hitting all sorts of PRs. So go join WODprep Online Training today, and you'll get a special deal if you click the link on this video. Now, for people who are a little bit more advanced at double unders, I want you to focus on a few things. As we get better at double unders, chances are if you're stuck in like that 10 to 15 rep range, there's a few key things that you can fix with your double unders that'll help you be successful. Number one is always hearing the rope click the ground. I notice that a lot of people, they'll do double unders, and then their hands start to spread, and then they trip. Well, what happens when my hands start to go wide, my shoulders get tense and my hands start to go wide, what happens is this rope lifts off the ground, and then obviously I trip up on it. So in order to prevent that from happening, what I want you to focus on is listening to the rope clicking the ground twice with every rep. Because what that means is that I'm keeping my hands down enough, or I have a long enough rope where the rope is actually contacting the ground. Guess what? When the rope's on the ground, if my feet are in the air, probably not going to trip. But if I lift my hands and the rope comes off the ground, I won't be able to hear it touch the ground, and that's when I'm probably going to trip. So just that simple hack can really help people extend those sets from maybe 4 or 5 or 7 or 10 reps to hopefully a lot more. Here's what it looks like. Listen to that rope. Tap, 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 tap. So every single rep that I'm doing, you can hear the rope clicking the ground twice. As soon as you don't hear the rope clicking the ground, that is an indication that you need to actively push those hands back down, or maybe find a slightly longer jump rope. Because too often people, they might be able to get the rope to touch the ground the first couple reps, but then they start to spread, and as soon as they start to spread their hands, they trip. And as soon as they start to spread their hands, you stop hearing the rope clicking the ground, and that's a huge indicator that you need to move those hands in and down. And if you can't do that, you can always take a band and wrap it around your torso to pin your elbows down, and that's going to help keep that rope down and the whole time you're listening for that rope to click the ground. So that's just a tidbit of what you can learn to unlock longer unbroken sets of double unders, and we've got a lot more where that came from. So I hope that this video helped you learn a little bit more about double unders. Obviously, there's a lot more that we can go over, and there's other skills that you need to master before the CrossFit Open if you're trying to maximize your score. So with that, I'd love to invite you to get the free WODprep's Ultimate Open Prep Guide. It's, again, a 5-part video series along with additional information that you're not going to get here on YouTube. If you want to get that completely free delivered to your email inbox, just scroll down below and click the link in the top comment or in the description, or you can type in the URL on the screen. That's going to take you to a page. You enter your name and email, and then I'm going to send you this whole video series along with additional resources and special discounts, all completely free. So if you want to maximize your open score, learn double unders, and learn all the other skills that are coming in this video series, make sure you go sign up for that. And again, it only costs your name and your email, and that's it. Additionally, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you didn't. If you also don't want to miss any of the WODprep videos that are coming down the pipeline, hit the subscribe button. That way you get notified every time we have a new video, and you won't miss any of our open strategy guides. Because when it comes time to the open, we work really hard to bring you the best strategy guides possible. And honestly, that's what we're most known for here at WODprep. So if you want to make sure you don't miss any of those, be sure to smash the subscribe button. And then I will see you in next week for the next lesson. Hey, did you like this video? Well, I have a lot more where that came from, where you can enhance your skills even more and learn a bunch. Click this box to watch my next video.